Welcome. You are listening to the Shift Training Podcast,
where we talk about personal development, we talk about mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual health, and just overall well-being.
And today we'll be doing something a little bit different. Today we'll be doing a book review. For those who have been following us, we've put some book reviews on YouTube and on Instagram in the past, but we're going to cover this right here on the podcast, and we're also going to be posting on YouTube. So if you want to see the physical book, today's book is 75 Hard by the Great Andy Frisella, one of the intense senseis, very passionate, strong language advisory when listening to his content. But what he's talking about is definitely essential part of success. So Vaughn has decided we're going to talk about 75 Hard. So I'm going to pass the book to him and I'm going to let him take the lead.
All right. So first of all, this book is all about winning. This book starts with physical health, but it's mostly about mental toughness. You'll develop grit, mental fortitude, discipline,
emotional resilience,
all those good stuff. But I think my biggest takeaway on this book is he talks about the difference between the two voices that you have. One is the B word.
There you got the Bruno voice.
Bruno voice.
And the boss voice.
And the boss voice. There you go. So basically that Bruno voice is that voice that tells you to be at your default, which is being lazy, don't do anything hard. And as we all know, what happens if you don't do anything that's outside of your comfortable, you stay stuck, you stay mediocre, you become someone who's not going to achieve something great in life. Complacency. That's dangerous. You don't want to be there.
It's dangerous.
That rabbit hole. And that boss voice is completely different. The complete opposite of that Bruno voice. So that boss voice is the one that's going to push you to your limit. It wants you to be your highest potential, the highest version of yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. I think my 2 cents on the boss voice and the Bruno voice is that the Bruno voice is going to tell you to stay small. It's going to shrink you down, and it's filled with doubt. It's filled with fear. And it's like, well, is that what you want to be controlling or deciding how much you have in life? Do you want the fear and the doubt dictating how much of life you get to experience? Or do you want the boss voice, which I feel is rooted in your potential? It is connected to knowing that more is possible, seeing that you can go harder, or maybe even not even being sure that you can. But the boss voice is like, I see something else. Mm-hmm. There's something else that's possible. You might have to step into that. You might have to channel a little bit of that. I'm a, badass type energy. Sometimes that's what you need to get through a battle or get through a fight or go to the next phase. And I think 75 Hard talks a lot about that. That's one of the great takeaways. I definitely agree.
Yeah, it's another thing. And this book is not just you to read it, right? There are 5 critical tasks that you must do. And if you fail on one of those critical tasks, then you're going to have to repeat it. So this is why the reason this book is titled 75 Hard.
It's the name of the challenge.
It is the challenge that you have to do every single day. So those 5 critical tasks that you have to do is 1, you have to work out.
See if it's in order.
45 minutes a day. And that 1 must be outside.
Wait, we're going to pause right here. Time out. Okay. We're going to do this in order then.
Okay.
All right. So 5 critical tasks, like Vaughn said, for this challenge for 75 days. No, not doing it. There's no substitutions. You do it exactly as it's supposed to be. And the book goes over, some examples and clarifies what these are. So critical task number 1 is actually choose a diet and commit to it, which I think is a great place to start. Start with your fuel source, right? Mm-hmm. Start with your fuel source. And I think that's great. Now, I don't know if Sensei Andy had that in mind when he said this is number 1 or how he ordered it or if this is how it came out. Again, this was something that was initially mentioned in the MFCEO podcast, which is Andy Frisella's podcast. And there's also Real AF. Okay. Both top business entrepreneur, personal development, self-growth type podcasts. So go check out either the MFCEO project from the past or Real AF with Andy Frisella if you're into that kind of stuff. We obviously are. So number 1, choose a diet, commit to it. Critical task number 2, drink a gallon of water a day. Again, how are you fueling? How are you cleansing? How are you taking care of your body? Critical task number 3, that's where we get to the workout. Twice a day for 45 minutes in each session, at least. 45 minutes.
It's 45 minutes, and one of them must be outside. And the fourth one is in each day you have to read 10 pages of a non-fiction entrepreneurship personal development book.
That's right. Something that's actually going to feed your mind, help you develop, help you grow. So a minimum of 10 pages. And then the last one
we have is take daily progress picture. This might be the easiest one because all you got to do is take a picture of yourself. And I think the reason for this was because so you can see your progress.
Yeah, it's for yourself. It's not really, track your progress so you can flex and say you did the challenge. Mm-hmm. It's more so you can see your progress. And sometimes when you're making incremental progress, you can't really tell. So let's say it's day 45 and you're like, I don't really know. Or, maybe you're in day 21 and you're like, feel kind of tired. Maybe I should, that's maybe when you need to go look at day 1 and you need to look at your day 20. Look at before. Look at even already the progress maybe you started to make.
That's right. And your progress might not be so dramatic. So don't worry about it. Small changes will do its job. So don't beat yourself up.
100%. What is another gem or takeaway for you from 75 Hard?
I think, let's see. Let's look at one of the challenges in there. I think I'm just inspired by Andy's story on how he just started from the bottom. And I remember the time where he was starting a business about supplements.
Supplement superstore. Yeah.
Supplement superstore. And him and his best friend had, a couple bucks. And no one even going into that store for many years. And I thought that was very interesting now that looking at him is such a successful entrepreneur, but I wouldn't imagine that he started from that.
Yeah, they built the shelves in their store.
Yeah. And he was in a ghetto area too, where who would have thought that they would have succeeded?
Well, that's great. For me, I think I like the 8 eras. So in this book, it not only tells you what do you do in the challenges, right? It has the 8 eras. And the eras are basically the phases that you can expect to go through. What commonly happens for people when they go through 75 Hard. So I think it's one thing to be like, all right, here's what you do. Go do the challenge. It's another thing to also put, and here's what you can expect during that time. So that way, sometimes when we're in challenges, sometimes we're in the middle of it, we think, oh man, the way that I'm feeling, I'm the only person who feels this way, or is this normal or this is abnormal? And look at the phase. It'll tell you what you're feeling, what your experience, totally normal. Here's probably how you want to deal with that. Be prepared for it. Now you have an idea of what you might encounter and you can do something about it. Yeah. And I think that's another great gem about this book. Yeah. It is a tactical guide to winning the war within yourself is what it says. And that is good to have that notice so you can actually plan, prepare, and be ready to take action.
Right. And as we're doing this review, we're actually currently doing this 75 Hard challenge.
That's right.
And so far, we are on our 18 days. I
think today's day 18.
And as you said, what's that? 8
phases. The eras.
The eras. Yeah. It's actually true. For example, the very first week, you're gonna feel that excitement, that thrill, and it's gonna be fun. And I actually felt that on the first week, but on the second week, there are some days where I feel tired, but when you push through that, fatigue or tiredness, you feel great about it.
More alive.
Yeah. So I'm excited to, complete this journey. I think it's the journey that's the dream, and it's not even the finish line for me.
That's right. We're just getting started.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely do an update for that on our 75 Hard challenge. But we recommend this book because it is a great tool for actually trying to win the war within yourself. It is physically focused, but a great part of developing your mind and being disciplined. A lot of those other values that Vaughn presented in the beginning, a lot of the ways that you can get that is through action. And how do we take action here in the physical realm? Through our physical body. So if you're investing in your physical form, taking care of your body, testing your limits, that is a great way to also test your mental and emotional limits and also to further develop in those areas as well.
Yeah, I think lastly, so far what I've noticed when I did when I did this challenge, starting from day one, I can feel my confidence, my self-esteem just shoot up to the sky.
I've seen it go really high.
Yeah, I think it's because it's because of all those traits, that mental toughness, and you transfer that in different areas of your life because you did it. You actually experience it in your body, and if you are doing it every single day, you develop discipline. You also apply it in your mind that you had to face your fear in different areas of your life.
100. All right, guys. So name of the book, 75 Hard with Sensei Andy Frisella or by Andy Frisella. Definitely recommend this book. Juan, anything else for them?
I think that's it for us. So if you're interested, buy the book and do the challenge.
If the book's even available, and it's very often sold out. We're glad to get our copies. Yeah. If it's available, get it. If not, get on the wait list.
That's right. That's it.
All right, cool.
All right. Don't forget to follow us on our social media, Shift on Your Life. And don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube, Shift Training.
All right. Thank you, guys. We appreciate you. And we hope that you enjoyed this book review and that you'll buy the book. Have a great day.